If you apply for a new credit card recently with Navy Federal and you got denied, then I kind of know why. Navy Federal looks at 5 things when determining your eligibility for a new credit card with them. So in this video, I'll be going over things that you need to work on or look out for before you apply for your next credit card with Navy Federal, so that way you can get approved. If you're already subscribed, then welcome back. But if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Ismael Sandiford and you are now watching Just Money, where we talk about financial related topics such as personal and business credit, real estate, and other financial related topics. So if that's something you're into, then you're probably going to want to consider subscribing. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay, so if you want to get approved for a Navy Federal credit card for sure, then you're gonna have to work on these 5 things that I'm gonna be talking about. Okay, so 1, if you don't have a direct deposit set up with Navy Federal, then that can definitely lead to your credit card denial when trying to get approved for a new credit card. Navy Federal wants to see that you're a long-term committed customer and you're not just here to reap all the benefits that they offer. Because a lot of people tend to bank with Navy Federal just to get a mortgage loan, just to get an auto loan, or maybe just to get a pledge loan. That's the only reason they bank with them. They do all this and still don't even have a direct deposit set up because Navy Federal is not their primary bank. And Navy Federal wants for you to have your primary checking account with them. But it's also good to have a direct deposit with them so that way they see consistent money coming in every week, bi-weekly, or even monthly, or however you get paid. By having consistent money coming in, Navy Federal sees that you're actually making money. And if you're actually making money, then you can actually afford to have a credit card. So it's very important that you set up a direct deposit with them. I personally seen a few people bank with Navy Federal, but it's not their primary bank. When it most definitely should be, because typically no other banks are offering what Navy Federal Credit Union offers. So it just makes the most sense for them to be your primary bank. Okay, now moving on. Another reason why you probably didn't get approved for the credit card that you applied for is because reason number 2, you probably have too many hard inquiries on your credit profile. If you have too many hard inquiries on your credit profile, then that could definitely lead to a credit card denial when you submit your application. And the reason for that being is if you have too many hard inquiries on your credit profile, then you typically look like a risk to different lenders out there. Too many hard inquiries on your credit profile also shows other lenders that you've been applying for too many things in a short amount of time. Lenders typically look at this and say, why is this person applying for too many things in a short amount of time? Is this person struggling or something? And also keep note, guys, hard inquiries tend to stay on your credit profile for a minimum of 2 years. So just watch out what you're applying for. Okay, now moving on to the 3rd reason why you probably got denied for a credit card with Navy Federal. The 3rd reason you probably got denied for a credit card with Navy Federal is probably because of your balance status. And what this pretty much means is you probably don't have too many funds in your checking or your savings account. And if you don't have too many funds in your checking or your savings account at the time you submit your application, then that will most definitely be looked at and taken into consideration when deciding if you should be approved or not for this new credit card. It just wouldn't look as good to where if you did have money in that account, you know? Because again, a lot of people bank with Navy Federal, but they don't use them as their primary bank. And sometimes probably don't even keep money in that checking account with them. They solely just want to reap the benefits of what Navy Federal has to offer. Okay, now moving on to the 4th reason why you probably got denied for a credit card with Navy Federal. The 4th reason why you probably got denied for a credit card with Navy Federal is probably because you have an insufficient variety of loan accounts. So in other words, you probably need to have more products with Navy Federal. And by more products, I pretty much mean like a pledge loan, maybe even an auto loan with them, or even a personal loan or a mortgage can help as well. And all this circles back to Navy Federal being a relationship-based bank. And if you guys would like to know on how to receive any of those products, I literally did a video on all of those products, so feel free to browse my channel or hit the links in the description below. But again, you need to have more products with them because Navy Federal wants to see that you're not going anywhere anytime soon and that you're actually a committed customer as well. Because by having some kind of loan with them to where you're making a reoccurring payment every month, that literally shows them that you're not going anywhere no time soon. So now that both of you guys have each other's business, Navy Federal is going to want to do more with you. But that would ultimately be another reason why you got denied for a credit card with Navy Federal. But the last reason, the 5th reason why you probably got denied for a credit card with Navy Federal is because you probably have too many installment loans open within the past 12 months. If you have too many installment loans open, especially recently, and you're not making much money to cover another expense, then that would lead to a reason for you being denied. Because when you apply for a new credit card, Navy Federal is going to look at your DTI. And that right there is going to determine if you're eligible to carry something else on. So you can only do 2 things at this point. You can either make more money or you could finish paying something off. So that way you're eligible to get something new. And you're gonna wanna do this because if you don't, then you're gonna look like a risk to them. And if you look like a risk to them, then that can ultimately lead to you being denied. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much 5 reasons why you probably got denied for a credit card with Navy Federal. So if you feel like any of these items are you, then just work on them. And then apply for a credit card again in 3 months after you pass the 91 days. Because again, as I always talk about in my other videos, Navy Federal has something called a 91-3 rule. Meaning, if you apply for a a credit card already, then you're going to want to wait 91 days and or 3 billing statements before you apply for your next credit card with Navy Federal. Otherwise, that can also lead to your denial. But that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. But let me know in the comments, what credit cards were you trying to apply for with Navy Federal, or what current credit cards that you already have with Navy Federal. Let me know in the comments below. I would like to know. And not only would I like to know, I think all of us as a community would like to know, so let us know. But if you guys made it to the end of the video, then I truly do appreciate you guys. We're at 16,911 subscribers at the time of this recording, so I do appreciate all who watch. And for those that don't know, I do post weekly videos, and if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you guys get notified every time I post a new video. And again, we talk about personal and business credit, real estate, and other financial related topics, so if that's something you're into, then you're probably going to want to consider subscribing. We talk about how to get high limits on your credit cards, we talk about how to build business credit, we talk about real estate, mortgage loan products, all that stuff. This is your one-stop shop, so if that's something you're into, then you're probably going to want to consider subscribing. And for those that don't know, I am also a licensed real estate agent, a realtor here in Southern California, so if you're trying to buy or sell or have any questions in regards to real estate, all my information is in the description below. I am also a licensed mortgage loan originator as well, so if you need funding for a home, all my information is in the description below. But if you guys made it to the end of the video, then I truly do appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.